Hello Wicked-Whiskers guys! Today I will cover one topic which intrigued me for a while, and without any particular reason I decided to make a switch in my videos and cover something which will be quite interesting, and that would be 1950s inspired shave. So starting with the first icon of the 1950s, it's the Arko shave stick soap. I've used it a lot in the past. I used the bowl pressing method from barber Turco, and I will leave in the description the link to original video. It was very eye-opening for me. But this time I will try to apply it directly on my face. So let me just wash it up a little bit and I will continue with talking. So basically, maybe it would be better if I rubbed this soap or dip it with my brush first, but my beard is catching it up pretty nicely. And I guess that once you, let's say, start this soap going, it will be easier to release the soap. Now I feel that the surface is not that smooth, you see, it has like a very sharp edges, so it's probably not the best idea to start with it like this, especially when it's a new soap. And I remember my grandfather from mother's side who actually used this Arko, and it seems like he kept it forever in his shave cabinet. But I guess that I have now pretty enough deposits, so I guess that they didn't have synthetic brushes in the 1950s, so I'm starting with my boar brush. Now, if you investigate a little bit more on wet shaving forums and YouTube channels, the people are generally divided with their opinions regarding the Arko, because people are either loving it or hating it. Right from the start, I must say that the leather is pretty dense, so I probably overdone it with the initial shave stick application, but I will continue with dipping leather with the water, just a light dip of the shaving brush, and water it down to desired consistency. So it is fairly cheap soap. In my country I got it for like 75 euro cents. I guess they're buying it in bulk. So they probably get a good offer on it. For a single shave stick, as much as I can see when I'm browsing some online shops, it goes between 1 euro, 2 euros, even 3, so depending on your vendors, it can be much cheap or it can be pricey as Proraso shaving soaps. Now, the thing which usually drives people away from the Arko is the smell. I don't have any issues with that because it is a little bit citrusy, and just try to say that it smells like urine and I will punch you in the face through the screen of my phone. So it's not that bad. It smells like, you know, your old grandma's soap, which she will use just to wash your hands when you're playing in the dirt. So it's not something appealing, something which should be easy to sell, like eucalyptus, menthol, sweet almonds, dark cherries, you know, but it is also super cheap, great travel option, and it survived the test of time and is probably one of the favorite professional barbers' soap because of the price and performance ratio. As you can see, it is now pretty well saturated with water, so the leather is great. And in 2018, I think, when I try out the Shavette, the Arko shaving soap was one of the reasons to actually start liking traditional with shaving more, because it was very protective, very appealing, and for guys who are using the straight blades, either shavettes or straight razors, this would probably be one of the first choices. So a very nice leather, very nice protection, and the more I leather it, the less I feel that scent of the lime and citrusy, so it's just a plain soap, you know. Not a big deal, but if you expect more, you're going to pay more for that. And keep in mind that people around the world actually shaved with this soap for a good amount of decades, so it's nice. I have a ton of leather to continue in the second pass if I need. And I will leave the leather a little bit to be soaked by whiskers until I prepare the second icon of the 50s, Merkur Progress. Let me just find the notch. Okay. So it's on my index finger. The blades of choice, Persona Platinum. One of actually the best blades I have tried. They are about €1.50, just so you can see. Persona. And it's not actually expensive because you get 10 blades in it, so it's a good value after all. Set on number 1. If you align the arrow and the dot, it's usually fine. I'm tuning it up to number 4. And let's start shaving. As I said, when I make the reviews of the Merkur Progress, I liked that vintage vibe, and it was not so convenient for me to buy some of the vintage Gillette razors due to shipping costs and For any good conditioned razor, it will cost like 70, 80 up to 100 US dollars on eBay, which is way too much in my opinion. It's just a razor after all, and for 100 bucks you can get brand new razor. And I'm not that type of collectioner guy, so I went for Merkur Progress, which is sort of a new old stock. It's the same design. The only thing which was changed from the 50s is that arrow on the side, which is now a little bit smaller. And it is still way cheaper than some Gillette Slims, and not to mention the Fat Boys. And so far, I must say that Arko is performing wonderful. I had 2 full days of beard growth, and on setting 4 the progress is just munching my whiskers away, so you can see it's draining the leather quite nicely. I'm just shaking it up in the bowl with water. So despite having small, virtually none of leather channels, it's a closed bar, the draining is actually quite well. The first pass is done. Yeah, not too efficient, which is thing of the Merkur and why I dislike this razor, but in most of the cases it's just tiny patches which I will need to retouch. So continue with the Arko. I must say that this is probably the fattest leather which I have, and any other soap, even if it's tallow based like Sterling, it doesn't have that fatty, slicky feel. They tend to feel more natural, but with Arko you really have that feeling of rich, thick slickness. If you like that, go for it. If not, just be aware that it is sort of the feature, and probably due to ingredients of the soap. Personally, I don't mind it. I find it very protective, very nice, very slick, very rich in the leather amount, so I don't have a single thing to complain on performance, neither on the smell. If you're planning to add some aftershave, the Arko will definitely lose its smell after rinsing, so it's not going to disrupt your favorite fragrance. So just a couple more washes, as you can see. Continuing with number 4. Now on my left side the beard is growing a little bit more nicer, so it's easier for me to shave. And it is also one of the reasons why I don't make comparison videos, like shaving each portion of the face with a different razor, because it won't be a fair contest. Very nice. Yeah, on this side I virtually have nothing to clean. Everything was smooth on the first pass, so the slickness is wonderful. Just feel how the razor is easily gliding on the skin. Seems I had a pimple or just snapped the hair in unwanted way, but no real issues with this combo. Maybe a little bit too much of the stretching of the skin, but the smoothness is wonderful. And just to touch up the corners of mustaches. Very little feedback, so if anything was left after the first pass, it was there because of the cutting angle of the Merkur Progress, which is not so direct. Now let me wash my face, try the aftershave, so let's see where we are standing for. That took a while, because the residues on the skin was pretty heavy. I felt very soapy and slick, and even now there is some soapiness feel under the fingers. So this is definitely pretty. I again lost my aftershave, so yeah. Here it is, another 1950s icon, but it will get its moment of fame in another shave video. Very nice and very clean, but I do have some burn sensation in here. I guess I went a little bit too fast, but I could proclaim BBS. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the 1950s style of shaving, and see you next time. Bye.